Welcome to Ellis Mowers and More. Today we're revisiting a mower that I sold to somebody that I know about, 4 years ago now? At least 3 years ago, maybe 4. This is Craftsman T2200. I got this machine, it came with a bagger. I got it for a good price. And when I was actually buying mowers, because I didn't have that many out here. And it had a bad head gasket and a blade that was literally missing half the blade. We got all that taken care of. Guys use this for, I don't know how many years now, at least 3 or 4. What I want to do in this video is, this is a common thing with these because I see them quite a bit. These will break mower deck spindles. It's mostly because of the way that the deck is designed. It's not really designed very well. And I'll show you what I mean here coming up in this video. And then we'll replace the mower deck spindle while we're at it. So, let's go ahead and get started. This guy's going to actually have me sell it for him. He is going to be using or his son is going to be cutting the grass for him from now on. Mower's held up pretty decent. It's just a little dirty. Everything's going to get dirty with some use. So we'll get it all nice and cleaned up. He stores it under a shelter outside, but obviously it doesn't shield it from all of the elements. So we'll get, like I said, we'll give this thing a tune-up and all that good stuff to get this thing out of here. I should be able to get about $700 or $800 for this mower. Probably throw an air filter on it and a couple of other things. Just to get it up to par, oil change and all that good stuff, since it probably hasn't been done. When did I do this? When did I service this mower? Probably a couple years ago. What happens a lot on these machines is these mowers, something with the mower deck design, this one has not had the best life. As you can see, we got a little bit of a gash right there on the front of the mower deck. But everything else looks good on it. The deck itself is fine. We may have to fix the spindle mounts and stuff. We'll see what we have to do here in this video. But you can see this deck is kind of dipped down on the side. A lot of times these pieces right here will bend and stretch, and the brackets might move on them. The 46s, this one's a 42. I don't see it very much happening with these, but the 46-inch decks have really bad issues with the brackets breaking in the rear. I think it's the left rear bracket that breaks a lot and has issues. But what these decks will do is they seem to get caught up on stuff really easily. I don't know why. One thing I have done to compensate for that is lower the anti-scalp wheels to where they will catch on the ground a little bit better, and that seems to help it a little bit, but it's still a constant catching thing. This spindle, obviously, you see is broken. We may have to, like I said, adjust the brackets on it a little bit to get it to work correctly again. But we'll get it taken care of. What I'm going to do in order to get this off is I'm going to push this onto drive it onto the mower jack. We're going to raise it up. I'm going to take off this front clip here for the mower deck. And so when I raise the mower, the deck stays down and does what it needs to do so that I can get access to this with like an impact gun and stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and get that lifted up, take that front deck bracket and mount off so that the front of the deck stays down and I can lift it up to get the old spindle out and get the new one in. And then we may have to do a little bit of hammering around the mower deck in order to get this even across the blades. We'll probably have to put a set of blades on it, like I said, and give it a good service while we're at it. So here's how I got the mower lifted up with my mower jack, and then I took the front mount, deck mount off and just let it pivot on the rear mounts to get to right here. So you don't have to necessarily take the entire mower deck off. You can do this and kind of service the deck this way. So we're going to take this 15/16 off. for the castle nut for the spindle pulley up top here, which is going to take us a second, but we'll see. Hopefully it'll just come on off. Oh, it's not. Okay. Have to get the big boy. So I'll get that off, and then we got to get the bolts off for this. Even though the spindle is completely broken, we may have to get some vice grips and stuff on it down underneath to get these bolts off. So we're going to do a little bit. It's going to take a second here, but I'm going to see what I can do without having to take the mower deck off. But we might have to. It ain't that big of a deal if we have to, but I figured that this would save us a minute or two if this worked, but we'll see. Alright, so I ended up having to use the big boy impact, and it ended up being 22 millimeter for me to get it off. A lot of times when those 15/16 inches won't do the trick, 22s will, and you can see all 4 mounts are broke. So now getting these spindle mounts out, what I'd like to do, I've already got one out, and I'm going to get this next one out here. We should be able to get in there with this. But what I like to do now is take some vice grips, and as long as it breaks kind of in a round state, you can put some vice grips on it, throw this impact on it, and a lot of times you can just take it right off. Like that. So we've got to do it to the other 2 here. I've already done one, like I said. This one came off nice and clean. We'll pull this bolt out for right now, I think, if we can. I think we can pull it out, but we'll get out there. And then we'll do the other 2. This one right here may be a little bit more of a challenge, but this one should just clamp over again. Okay. There we go. Excuse me. Pull the old bolt out. Comes with new bolts and stuff too. Then the last one here, we'll see. Let's see what happens. Okay. So I may have to do a little bit of improvising on this one in order to get it off, because it didn't come off perfectly in a. Oh, we got it down here on the bottom in a circular manner like the others. There we go. I wonder if I don't know if I've replaced this one before. But, so your deck bracket and everything goes right there, right? I'm going to get the new deck spindle, and we'll go ahead and put this on. I have a feeling that these are ridged up a little bit, and I may have to tap them down, or maybe I've already done that to get them aligned. I'm going to just put it on first, and then if I have to take it off, because we've got new bolts, we're not going to break anything off. We'll do like a trial and error deal to see if these blades line up like they're supposed to when I put a new set on them after I get the new spindle on. Alright guys, I got the 4 bolts on for the regular spindle. You have to bring it up from the bottom, right? And then make sure you put your guides back in, and you make sure you put your bolt through your tensioner or your brake bracket there and stuff. Underneath, we got new blades on, and they are joining in the middle, which is a good thing, so I don't have to do any knocking around with the mower deck to make this work. So I'm very happy for that. One other thing I've got to do, I just got to put this castle nut on with the spindle here. The spindle pulley shouldn't be too bad. I think I got the blades already on, and so it'll slide right in just like that, and then we'll put the castle nut on just like this, tighten it down, grease everything up, and we should be, and put the belt back on, and we should be ready to cut after we level the mower deck after that. And then we'll go ahead and, while we're on this video, and refresh this mower and clean it up and get it ready for sale for the guy. And should be a good machine ready to go for whoever decides they want to own it here next. Okay, so got everything back together. Tires are up to proper PSI, and if you look, you can see that the left side of the deck is significantly lower than the right side of the deck. Now these later Craftsmans, the YSs still had adjustment points on both sides, but the YTs and these T series made by AYP Husqvarna don't, so that's unfortunate. What we got to do in order to make this work is we've got a 3/4 on this side, so we'll lower it all the way down right here, and we'll twist that up, raise it up, and then we're going to raise the front of it up. And then what I like to do is get a couple of oil filter boxes. I know it sounds crazy, but like oil filter boxes, and level them that way because you can fit them underneath the mower deck, and if you get two of the like boxes, they will give you a good height lever, height adjustment, I guess spec or whatever that you may need on both sides. I know this deck is just a tiny bit damaged on the front, or a little bit damaged on the front, but 3/4 on the side, and then in the front here you've got like a locker nut that's 11/16, and then you have 3/4 in the back. So you have to loosen that up a little bit, and then you can get around it and tighten up the 3/4. Don't forget to tighten up the bolt in the front before you finish with all of your things when it comes to deck leveling, or before you actually go cut with it. So I'll level the deck, and we'll service it, clean it, and all that good stuff here before we are done. Oil's full. Oil's actually pretty clean too, so I must have just recently serviced this, so we may not have to do that, but we'll give it a good cleaning regardless. Alright, so I got it all leveled. Here's what I'm talking about with these oil filters. So if I grab the oil filter, come over here, and I try and get a good reference point on the filter box as to where it is on one side, and which is right there kind of at the red line, and then I try and get it as close as I can on the other side, and that generally works pretty well for what it is, and should give us a good level cut for the most part. Just make sure your tire pressures are good, and that should be good. So aside from a cleaning, and I got to put a little ATF in the rear tires, what I am also going to do is take these anti-scalp wheels and move them down 1 or 2 notches. They're on the second to the highest. I'm going to knock them down to one more notch to the second to the lowest. And all you got to do is have a 3/4 and 9/16 for that, and you should be good. So I'm going to do that. Put a little ATF in the right rear tire. You put it in like a bottle of slime with a funnel and the tube, and you should be good. Left rear tire, I think, is what it needs. I'll probably put them in both. Give it a good cleaning, and we'll give a final look. Again, these are pretty good mowers for what they are. They're not as good as the LT1000s. I know the 21 horsepowers are bad about blowing, this one's a 19 on the Briggs, about blowing connecting rods. But the way these decks are designed, it's like something with the spindles just don't really jive very well, or something with the deck design allows it to hit rocks and sticks a little bit easier than other machines, and it seems to bust some spindles a little bit easier than say like a lot of MTD machines and John Deere mowers and stuff like that. Just wanted to point out that issue while I was working on this, just to make you aware, and also how to change it out and fix it. Alright, so I got it cleaned up. Just waiting on the bagger to come, and once we get the bagger, I can throw this up for sale for the guy. Hopefully we can get about $750 for it. I know it has a little bit of deck damage, but this is a newer mower. It's like a 2015 model or so. Maybe even a little bit newer than that. Let me double check. but it runs good. It's a 2014 model. So when I got this thing, it was actually less than 10 years old. It's still a nice mower, and it was a nice mower when I got it. I think I paid $350 for this thing. I paid a little bit of money to get this thing, but it has served me well and has made me a good amount of money, and served this individual well that bought it from me, and now he's going to get some money back for it, selling it, now that he's going to let his son cut the grass. So, let me show you that it runs and dries and cuts and does all that stuff. Remember, I leveled the deck on the front and on the side. We've got it as level as we could get. We put some new blades on it, that new deck spindle right there, and a good cleaning, and it's ready to rock. So there it is, y'all. Works fine and should be a good machine. Has been a good machine. Should still be a good machine. All this is, like I said, is just a Husqvarna painted red with a different hood on it. Nowhere near the quality of an LT1000 or anything like that, but gets the job done. These have held up decently well as long as they haven't been abused, where the front ends have been bowed out and stuff along those lines. You know, it's just a product of manufacturers cheapening out on stuff, and it's kind of a part of it. At least it still has a hydrostatic in it. It doesn't have that plastic transmission, so we got good there. It's just this deck design seems to yield bent blades and broken deck spindles. It seems like I get these in more often than other mower decks, just because of the design, and they seem to like to catch on stuff more and things along those lines too. So just kind of, it's just kind of whatever. But figured show you how to change the deck spindle out, get this thing cleaned up, get it out. Since we're close to the end of the season, we're gonna get some stuff, more stuff ready, and hopefully we'll get some stuff out of here come the spring, so that I don't have as much here. It's getting a little bit better, but still got a lot. But thank you all again very much for watching this video. Hopefully y'all enjoyed it. Hopefully y'all learned a little bit about these mowers, and if you're looking to buy one, they're fine. Just make sure your front end's not worn out and that the deck doesn't have a lot of damage on it. Raise the, or lower the anti-scalp wheels so you don't catch on a bunch of stuff, and I think you'll be good. Thank you all again very much, and I'll catch you all in the next video.